What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to discuss how long are people willing to wait for Harry Potter Magic Awaken. Now, we've obviously made a ton of videos on this, and after this video, I do want to start making videos more on the actual game. And not that we actually know that the game is real, but, I want to talk about aspects of it, what could come to this game. Obviously, I made a video a while ago talking about Voldemort, but not necessarily that. More like, will we see characters in the game that we kind of know from Harry Potter mythology, like the lore of it. And that's what that kind of video was going for. But I'll make more videos like that right after this. So I do want to discuss because, I was looking up, and I'm starting to do this every couple days now. I'm looking up on Google if there's anything, absolutely anything, on both the Arkham game and on Harry Potter Magic Awaken. And when I checked today, now this is just when I'm recording this is probably 2 weeks before you guys are actually watching this video, I saw an article that said, like, everything we know about Harry Potter. I believe it was, like, Game Rant, which is a pretty good website. I read a lot of their stuff. They tend to have a lot of articles that are literally the same kind of topics that I have videos of, and it's not planned like that, but that's just generally how it is. But reading it, and then I started to kind of get a picture. A lot of people think this game could have just been made up. A lot of people think that this game was, leaked and just the person had a nice imagination for this game because, again, the longer it takes to announce it, so long after a leak, people start to think it's not real. Sound familiar? Because we just talked about that in the It's Not Canceled video. But from that article, I did start to realize, a lot of people, and not that I didn't already know it, obviously in the comments of all these videos, every single time we see a lot of people saying, I think the game was canceled, the game was probably not even real to begin with. And again, I will always, always, always disagree until the day that we're told yes or no, the game does not exist, or the game does exist, and I want to hear it from their mouths. Until that day happens, I'm believing that this game is real and is going to happen and is being made. The question is, how long are people, and I could make the exact same argument, and maybe I will make the exact same video for the Arkham game from Warner Bros. Montreal. How long are people willing to wait before they say that this game, is not real or that they're just completely done with it? And we've talked about that before, but I literally want to ask you guys. That's kind of like the general discussion I want you guys to put in the comments. I want you guys to talk about it. Is how long are you personally willing to wait for this game to be announced? In my mind, I'm willing to wait a very, very long time. I got nothing better to do. This YouTube channel with these videos, they do fantastic. And I mean, obviously a lot of those are joking, but I do truly enjoy making these videos. I do truly enjoy talking to you guys and to seeing your comments and seeing that there is such a passionate group. I think it's awesome, and I think you guys rock. And you guys, and if you're crossovers even with the Arkham game, that community too, the Batman community, is absolutely phenomenal. And I love making videos for you guys, and I love talking to you guys. And for as long as I'm given the opportunity to do that, and whether or not that's another year of me talking about a game that technically doesn't even exist yet until it gets announced, I mean, I'm willing to do it. But realistically, I am honestly willing to wait quite a long time, especially because if you look at, again, the roadmap of where I think this game could be announced, it really does seem like E3 would be a big moment, a big opportunity to do it. Now, maybe it's not E3, and I will say this. If it's not E3 2020, and obviously there's been a lot of opportunities that this game could have been announced, okay? There honestly could have been. But the more obviously the more and more this game doesn't get announced, the more people are going to kind of peace out. The more people are going to, I mean, like, more people, like the numbers of people, the more people are going to just give up on it and say that the game doesn't exist, stuff like that. I haven't gotten to the point with Magic Awaken that I'm willing to just give up on it. Now, if you guys have watched our channel, if you guys are people that have been here for a while, or if you guys have just watched other content, we do Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. We've done Pirates of the Caribbean Community Series, and we've done that for 2.5 years, ever since right before Pirates 5 came out. And we've kept it alive for literally 2 years after 5 came out in the hopes that maybe eventually we would see, a 6, or we would see something Pirates related. And long story short is, the opportunity was there in August for them to announce something. It didn't happen. And so we basically put the videos on hold. We're still making them, just not as often. So, again, I like that kind of shows, one, I'm willing to make videos a long, long time before we get any announcement. But also I'm kind of waiting for the opportunity that I see the best for this to be announced. And if it's not, then that's where I really get, hurt. So Pirates, I truly did think, I 100% thought we would get an announcement of some Pirates of the Caribbean, entity in late August, and we didn't. And that was the bone that broke me. Okay, so that was the thing that said, you know what, it's not happening, at least for a while. I think it'll still happen. We'll still probably get a reboot or a TV show or whatever. It'll just be in a few years, and so I have to kind of step back from it. Now, Batman, I feel like the urgency is there way, way more. Okay, I really did think a thing like E3 or Gamescom would have been the best opportunity for Batman to be shown. Batman's time is ticking, and whatever this Warner Bros. Montreal game, I feel like it needs to be announced Game Awards or earlier. Otherwise, I'm going to have some serious, serious problems with it. The problem with that, and I don't mean to make this an Arkham video, though, is that we know that they're making 2 games. They've told us that. They've told us that one of them is, or I guess, I don't even know, to be honest. I'm not sure if that's like a leak or if that's confirmed. But from what we know, one of them is at least a DC game. Okay, so, and that's why a lot of people go to it's Arkham. But bottom line is we know they're making 2 games. We know one is closer than the other. So technically, if we don't get an announcement in December, it's not the end of the world, because we know eventually we're going to get 2 games from that studio unless they confirm that one's been canceled or both or whatever. The problem with Harry Potter is we don't really know if it's real. It was a believable leak. There's a lot of stuff to it. It's hard to make that stuff up. It's not just the leaker even that confirmed or said what the name of the game was going to be. It was a BBC reporter as well. So it's different people that have reported different things about this game. And again, there was footage. There's footage online. It was taken down. So I don't know how that's possible if the game wasn't at least in development. And if it was in development, I don't know why you would cancel a game like that. I truly don't. So but again, like it's a double-edged sword, because with Harry Potter, I feel like firstly, I keep saying it needs to come after the DC game or the Warner Bros. Montreal game. So that game needs to be announced first. So the longer we're waiting for that is the longer we're waiting for Harry Potter. That's my personal opinion, but I think I'm going to be proven right with that very, very soon. So there's that problem. The second thing is, again, we don't know that this game technically exists. So the longer it takes, or if there's just no announcement, say in another year, it's like, all right, maybe we do need to seriously consider that this game was made up from the beginning. Because if it's not announced in June E3 2020, going into next generation consoles, I mean, yeah, it could be announced like the following year, but like, again, at that point, the leak will have been 2 years old. And I just don't see how that's possible. I do think that they're trying to set something up with Fantastic Beasts, but you don't set up an announcement with Fantastic Beasts 3. You hope to get the game out by Fantastic Beasts 3. So it's just tough. It's a lot tougher to honestly judge it because we don't have official confirmation that the game is real. It's not, and here's the thing, we don't even know that studio. We don't technically even know that they're making a game, right? I mean, yeah, there'll be job listings and people will talk about it and all that kind of stuff, but they haven't said like, oh, we're making this game for this. Like, it's not public knowledge. So you can't even say, well, we know that they're making an RPG game, and that would obviously line up rather well with Harry Potter, right? So, then it's like, well, we can't necessarily even judge if this game is real, and so if it's not announced at all, if another year goes by, when's the breaking point? Now, again, for Batman, an Arkham game, I feel like it's like December. For a DC Warner Bros. Montreal game, it's probably E3, and I guess the problem is, again, like I just said, that Harry Potter or this Magic Awakening game is waiting on that. So if Warner Bros. Montreal game is announced at E3 2020, then I'm willing to give Harry Potter another like 6 months to get announced. That's my kind of cutoff. I don't think it should take that long. I don't think the Warner Bros. Montreal game will get announced at E3 because it's a current-gen game. And if it's a current-gen game, it needs to come out by E3 2020. It doesn't need to get announced at E3 2020. So there are some loopholes. There's some like things that like I'm willing to like hold off until. Obviously, the Warner Bros. Montreal game, in my opinion, needs to come first. I will not give up on Harry Potter. Here's my answer. When will I give up on Harry Potter not being real, not existing? I will not give up on it until 6 months or, like major conference, like 1 or 2 major conferences after the Warner Bros. Montreal game gets announced. So if the Warner Bros. Montreal game gets announced in December, I will give Magic Awaken till a little past E3. If it's not announced by like July 2020, then I will, I'll probably give up. If the DC Warner Bros. Montreal game isn't announced till E3 2020, I'm willing to give Harry Potter maybe even a full year. Maybe. And that's only if we get an announcement at E3 2021 and the game comes out that fall. That's the only way that I'm going to allow that to slide. So that's my own, and you could be looking at it and be like, wow, my span of how much I'm willing to give them is like a day. I know a lot of people have done that. I know a lot of people are saying that they're just done, peace out. They wanted at E3, it didn't happen, they're done. I get that. My patience level may seem way high and like way higher than yours, and that's totally fine. And it's fine if you guys don't have that patience, and it's fine if you have more patience than me. No matter what, it's completely cool. I think at the end of the day, all of us in this community just want this game. We just want to know that the game exists. We want to know that this game is real. We want to know what this game's about. And we ultimately want to play this video game. That's it. So we're all in this together, no matter how much one person gets excited, or no matter if somebody, I have nothing against anybody that wants to say, like, I'm just done with this stuff until it gets announced. We're all still a community, and they'll come back, or you'll come back, whatever. So it's completely fine no matter what happens. Again, that's my answer, but, it's an interesting question. It's a question, again, I wanted to ask you guys. What's your breaking point? When would you guys say, I'm done, I don't believe it anymore, or I'm just peacing out? When's your breaking point for Magic Awaken? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Hit that bell icon, definitely, because notifications on YouTube have always been and always will be broken. So, to make sure that these videos get pushed out to as many people as possible, make sure those notifications are on. Also, in the comments below, make sure you guys let me know anything you want me to cover on Magic Awaken. If there's videos you want me to cover about aspects of the rumored game, let me know, and I'll definitely make videos about that going forward. So thank you guys, as always, for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.